What's up, family? If it's your first time checking out the show, let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you represent. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Also, if you have not done so already on YouTube, after you subscribe, there's a little bell next to your subscribe button. Go ahead and click that thing right now so you can get your notifications each time I drop a new video like this. That way you'll be in the loop. I'm gonna let a few hundred of y'all come in, then I'm going in. And in the meantime, in the between time, I'm gonna give some shots out to the early birds. What's up, Will Watts? What it do? Willie Wade, Dallas, Texas in the building. Courtney Joe, what's up, Court? The Shade, Yellow. Chicago in the house. X-Boy Jr., what's up? Tyree Broomfield. Joe Delaney, I see you. Miss Jazzy is in the building. What's up, Miss Jazzy? Who is that? Mr. Johnson? Mike Dan. Deontay Horton. What's up, D? Michelle Lovin. A-Kib Sweeten checking in. Vegas checking in. Ham Shank, what's up? I'm going in, fam. Going in. This is a sad, sad, sad story right here, man. This cold-blooded right here. But this is one of those stories that is a cautionary tale because there are many, many similar stories just like this. Let me put Justin up right quick. Family, this is Justin Johnson. Justin Johnson lost his life on April 26th, Friday, April 26th. Had he lived to Tuesday, the following Tuesday, he would have been 17 years old. 16 years old, he loses his life. This happens in Lower Paxton Township, Pennsylvania. The Dauphin County Coroner's Office released the cause of his death, and it ain't even shocking, fam. It's not even shocking. The coroner concluded that Justin Johnson's death was caused by complications from sickle cell disease. So let me tell y'all what happened. So Justin is at home and he gets a knock at the door or a ring, whatever you want to call it. And it's one of the guys, one kid from his school, from the football team that he wants to join in the fall. A couple other kids are hiding out, near the house. They're trying to get him to come outside. They say to play tag. So Justin don't answer the door initially, but he gets a phone call from one of the boys saying, "Look, man, I see you sticking your, I see you looking out of the window. I can see you." This happens while the other boy, this one right here, is ringing the doorbell. This is how stupid they are, fam. Or maybe it's not that they're stupid. Maybe it's that they're cocky and they think because of their skin tone that they're going to get off. They're going to get away with this. After all, things like this happens all the time where black kids are hanging out or playing with white kids and somebody dies, and invariably it's always the black. It always seems to be the black kid or the black man or the black woman who dies when a group of mixed friends are hanging out. And nobody ever goes to jail. Interesting. Very interesting. So Justin, around 8:20 p.m. on Friday, Justin was at home in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, when a group of teenagers went over to his house. As one of the teens rang the bell, holding what appeared to be a toy gun, another teen called Justin, asking him to come outside. Now, this is what the home security video showed. During the call and while standing in Justin's lawn, the teen tells Justin, "Justin, I see you in the window. Come out." Orville Johnson was notified by the home security system that someone was outside the door, which prompted him to let his son know someone was at the door. Orville said Justin called him and said, "Dad, they didn't want to chase nobody but me, and I had to run fast away to come home, run away from them and come home." About an hour later, Orville Johnson finished work and called his son, but the calls went unanswered. Upon getting home about 30 minutes later, he noticed that his son's phone was on the counter. As he stretched to grab the phone, he noticed Justin was lying on his stomach on the floor. Orville Johnson then called 911. A dispatcher instructed him to perform CPR until help arrived. Justin was then taken to a local hospital where he was pronounced dead shortly before midnight. Nick Johnson, a lawyer representing the family, told ABC News that that the teens were first seen coming to Justin's house on Monday while both father and the son were at home. Justin Johnson came out and briefly spoke to one of the teens before going back into the basement of the house where he'd been with his dad before the teens arrived. Orville Johnson recalled where he reviewed his video surveillance footage from that night and noticed that the teens had been hiding in the area where they couldn't be seen when answering the door. They were trying to lure this kid outside of the home, and Justin didn't want any part of it. Then on Friday, after Orville Johnson called him and told him, "Listen, your friends are outside," Justin gives in and he goes with them. Fatal, fatal, fatal mistake. Orville Johnson trusted the boys that they would not harm his son. In fact, that's the last thing he was thinking about. He could not have remotely thought that these dudes had intention on harming his son. Justin had just recently moved to the United States from Jamaica in January 2023, and he wanted to make friends like any other kid in a new neighborhood or at a new school and fit in socially. Home security video from Friday night shows Justin ultimately coming out of his house to play with the group. One of the videos shows Justin running down an embankment on the side of his house and hiding as he was being chased by the teens. Now, for some of you who's saying, Well, they was just playing. It was playing, and the boy had a heart attack or something. Maybe he had cardiac arrest, but that ain't have nothing to do with the boys. That didn't have nothing to do with him. If they had not been chasing him, he would not have been dead. He would not have died. Now, Justin wanted to play football. His father was aware that his son had a heart condition. He had sickle cell. He was aware that his son could not participate in activities that were strenuous. Football would be one of those activities. Nevertheless, we couldn't even get there to see if he could make the team, if he could even pass the physical, because these little monsters decided that they was going to put him through their own rigorous physical. For any of you who think that this was just an innocent game that these boys was playing, check out some of the things that they said while chasing him. I think he ran back to Africa. Actually, he said effing Africa. And then the other one, somebody else could be heard yelling, make sure you film it. Make sure you get it on video. Get it on video. And they're laughing the whole time. They're laughing hysterically while Justin is running for his life. Now, the coroner. Let's talk about the coroner. The coroner ruled Justin's death as natural causes due to complications of sickle cell disease. Natural cause. Who is this coroner? Graham Hedrick. That's his name. Let me show you a picture of Graham, because I don't trust Graham Hedrick. I don't trust him at all. That's the coroner, y'all. Not certain if that's the case here, but in many cases, coroners have colluded with corrupt local authorities to cover up murder many times. So there are rumors out there that the coroner came to this swift conclusion, this erroneous conclusion, because Justin Johnson is black and the boys who chased him are white, like Graham. So Graham is being accused of trying to protect his own. And by the way, there have been situations where coroners have went to prison for falsifying documents, i.e. lying about the cause of death, being involved in cover-ups. Let's take a look at the police department. The Dauphin County Police Department has its own issues. They, like so many other law enforcement agencies around the United States, have been accused of being racist. In fact, not just being racist, but having a racist culture. If that is true, I can see why they're quick to just say case closed, act like nothing happened. I do believe that a lot of these dudes that work in law enforcement, that work in the courts, that work at the coroner's office, even politicians, the ones who work inside of the city halls across America, many of them give leniency to their own because they can relate to chasing black folks. They can relate to chasing innocent black folks. They can relate to being evil to people for no reason other than the color of their skin. This is the type of behavior that is produced when you are raised by uncivilized mutts. The coroner also identified cardiomyopathy as another significant condition. It's a cold game, fam. Somebody asked what cardiomyopathy is. That's any condition that affects the heart. So, we're talking about conditions where the blood doesn't freely pump, to the heart. It doesn't freely flow to the heart. It's a cold game, man. This sounds like a textbook cover-up right here. This sounds like it's shaping up to be a textbook cover-up. Well, he did have conditions, and he ran, but he could have been running to the bus stop and it would have happened. If he had played football, it probably would have eventually killed him. But that ain't the point. The point is they scared that boy to death. They chased him down. They scared him to death. And so he was running for his life. Family, this ain't no different than if you pulled a gun on somebody you was trying to rob them and they had a heart attack and dropped dead. You're responsible for that, because had you not pulled that gun on that person, it wouldn't have sent them into cardiac arrest. It ain't no different, and they should not catch a break just because they're young. They should not catch a break just because they're white. They are criminals, and they need to be treated as such. Going into the comments. What's up, Stacy R? M. Davis, what it do? Got me a troll. Got me one. I was going to throw the block part. I knew I was going to throw the block part, but I didn't know I was going to throw it that early. Yeah. These guys should absolutely be identified as terrorists because that is what they do. They're terrorizing people, running around trying to scare and move and ride on the weak. Ride on the weak. I ain't never in my life had one of them try me like that. I ain't never ran from them like that. I ain't done none of that. I ain't saying I wouldn't run to save my life. I'm not saying that. But I ain't gonna run twice, not from the same people. I ain't gonna be just in the house scared and I know where the threat coming from. And that ain't gonna be me. Never, ever. The only time they strike is when they got a clear-cut advantage. Size, weaponry, or numbers. That is the only textbook cowards. Matt Riggs, what up? Yeah, them suckers know they beans from their cornbread. Believe that. I'm gonna give a few more shout outs, fam. Then I'm gonna shut it down so y'all can check out the premiere of my roast of Donald Trump. That's right. Roasting that fart machine. Yeah, that's for you Donald Trump supporters. I know you. I know you in the comments. Coming up at 2:00 Central Time, which is about 2.5 minutes from now. The premiere of my roast of Donald Trump. Make sure you check it out. I'm gonna end this right on time, fam, so y'all can check it out. Coming up on Willie D Live in about 2 minutes is my roast of Donald Trump. That's right. I'm roasting that dusty dog. Who's that, Mr. Opinion? What up? All right, fam, that's my time. R.I.P. Justin Johnson. Man, I hope the family get justice. And I hope those uncivilized mutts are put in the cage where they belong. That's my time, fam. Make sure y'all check out the premiere of my roast of Donald Trump coming up in about a half a minute, right now on Willie D Live. Till next time, fam, enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. No more talk.